Yeah, the news is just a little bit off. Just a wee bit off. All right, here it goes. Quiet on the set. Zoom Room video sponsored by the BMC.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And this is Lunch, coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Lily and Jack. A little show where we call Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to. And Lily just does random things and says, pet me, and
Pet me.
Yes.
Trying to figure out what happened to the radio today.
Oh, it was a little bit off time-wise.
A little bit off, but also it doesn't seem to be outputting to, let's go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and do that. And let's see if that fixes
is a reason.
it. There's always a reason why.
Your name is Lazarus Technical Difficulties Long. But we do have a giveaway open on my stream. If you do
check, there it goes.
I love free shit.
Yes, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and open up the giveaways. Yeah. Get that started out today, and of course, it is Taco Tuesday.
And my house is officially closed. So, Jack,
congratulations!
Is a new homeowner, or new to me.
That's right, new to you.
Have you got to move, man? Got to move. Got to set up utilities too.
Okay, that's working. That's working. Very cool. Have you found somebody to clean the house yet? That's the question.
Not yet. Trying to get it taken care of.
So anybody in the Austin area looking to make a few bucks, reach out to Jack.
Yep.
Yeah, Lily will clean it.
Yeah.
That's right. Just attach Lily to a dust mop and push her around the floor.
Yeah.
But we've got some interesting stuff today. We've got a little bit of the Tweetiverse. We've actually got testing directives. What? Huh?
What?
And then, of course, do you have all of yesterday's tabs still open? Or
yes, I do.
Okay.
But did you want to go to the Tweetiverse?
Oh, of course. We got to start the day with the Tweetiverse, as always. Well, not a
2
whole
hours
lot
ago,
out there.
data center that hosts our servers lost external power, currently running on battery and generator power. Not expecting any disruptions, but just a heads up not to panic if things go offline briefly at some point this morning.
Uh-huh.
And I will say the power out here did go out as well.
And we
for
need to
like
know this
30
information.
seconds.
Why? Is power goes out, there's generators and battery backup. So unless the data center goes dead, you probably shouldn't be telling the end users this stuff. Just
Eh.
no.
And 1 hour ago, confirmed that I found the issue with why I haven't been able to see what you guys have been seeing with pets and teleporting. Fix being tested now, and I get a patch out tomorrow.
Because you don't play with the regular game client. You don't have.
I'm
pets.
willing to bet it has something to do with GM client and versus a regular client.
Yeah, or the fact that people just keep telling you it's not working, so why don't you just keep looking at it? That's right.
Yeah.
Now that you know. But yes, new patch. We've been expecting this patch and other patches as well. So
it's another patch. Yes.
Well, we're only going to be 2 weeks into this release, with another 2 weeks to go here in 2 more days. So yeah, patch.
patch. Well, I mean, what's the difference between a patch and a patch?
Yeah, couldn't tell you, Bridge Troll. Again, I'm avoiding all content that's got anything to do with episode 2 until episode 2 is complete in 5 years. So once it's complete, then I will go explore it and run it from start to finish. Of course, there was people out there in the Tweeterverse wanting to know when the second book's coming out. If anybody has any information on that, Ravlox, Lord British,
talk to Tor.
Please let us know. Talk to Tor Books, Tor Publishing. That's right, Tor Publishing. But the topic we had yesterday, and of course we missed this one, and this really burns me when I see shit like this happening. Somebody had a question about RMT.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're like me and you get emails, you'll know that there were multiple more answers, more answers, I should just say, to this question than just what you will see here on this thread before it was closed, locked, and had threads deleted that had absolutely nothing to break the community rules and guidelines. So why we're censoring stuff that did not break community rules and guidelines is beyond me. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and read that question.
Hi, all. I have a question about real-life money transactions. Hi, all. I have a question about real-life money transactions. Can I sell anything for dollars? And if I can, how?
How? That's right. Now, Alley-oop goes ahead and puts a copy and pastes the community rules and guidelines, and we notice that the top bullet point is a new bullet point that wasn't there before, because you used to be able to add links to said RMT.
And not only that, it says Catnip Games.
Yes. Meanwhile, my payments still go to Portalarium, so I really don't know about that.
Real money transactions are prohibited in all official Catnip Games venues as aforementioned. This includes reference to mentions of and links to RMT sites or individual RMT sales of any kind.
The forums that are under forums that are under Portalarium's umbrella should still be fair game then, right? Right?
Abso-fucking-lutely, because we are clear as mud. You go to the bottom of the page.
Right there, and highlighted plain text.
Yeah.
Public, yeah. Developers via email at support@portalarium.com. Why aren't we going to support at
Catnip
catnipgames.com?
Games.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wait. That's because Catnip Games is something else. So let's go to
No,
catnipgames.com.
well, we're just going to go to the
Oops.
next thing that was posted was a link to this, which of course is not against any of these. It doesn't send them to any RMT sites. It doesn't send them. It just was a link to what the topic was MMORPG to make real money and the top games to make best games to make real money in. Which of course, Shroud of the Avatar is not even listed here. First off. Second off,
Nope.
a link to games that you can make money on is not a link to an RMT at all. Um,
Nope.
and again, then the next post that was posted was that this is a 3-year-old post just for your information. So they deleted at least 2 posts that I'm aware of. Neither of which, of course, broke the rules and guidelines. Then locked it so that nobody could answer this poor guy's question.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to know how he can do it. He didn't want a copy of the rules and the guidelines. He just had a very simple questions. Can I sell anything? And if I
Can't.
can,
Yeah.
how? How
Yeah.
can I do it? That's all he wanted to do. But being the really nice guy that I am, Laz is, if you ever go out to Soda Wiki, if you want to, you can go into your browser there, type /Soda Wiki space Lazarus, and you'll get the listing where it tells you that he's an all around nice guy. Like the nice guy that I am, I took it upon myself to PM said OP and gave him information which will bring him directly, of course, to shroudmarketplace.com, shameless self promotion, as well as a couple other places where he can do that.
Was it a link directly to your shop? Because that would
No,
be
no,
shameless self
no.
promotion.
Well, shameless self promotion because it's one of our sponsors. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just one of those things. Yeah, shameless self promotion for Shroud Marketplace because do I have a little vested interest in the marketplace? Absolutely, because I've got a shop out there. So I consider that shameless self promotion nonetheless because
And everything you sell does not have a commission that goes to the
yes.
marketplace either. So
Is again, I'm a little bit vested into the marketplace, so absolutely is Fry Nouvelle. Is that right? Fry Nouvelle?
oh, something like that.
Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I went ahead and gave him a link to that and the what is the word? The sanctioned Discord server for said
Shroud
RMT,
Marketplace.
which is sanctioned as well. So I gave him a couple links where he could Paxis LLTS. That's Stymie's other character, or is this another long-lived syndicate?
It may be another syndicate character. No idea.
Or it may be Faye Nouvelle. I don't know. Paxis, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the lot.
But yeah, real money transactions. Let's just say it was heavily endorsed early on by Portalarium. So heavily
Faye
that
is here as well. So it's not.
Yeah.
There's 2 different people. Faye is here as well.
Yeah.
Hi, Faye.
They used to sit there and allow one of the Order of the New Britannian Empire received his 1B for facilitating player transactions. Selling accounts from one player to another and selling pledges.
What's his name? Owns New Britannia Market.
Andernut?
Andernut. Yeah, Andernut. Hey, I did a lot of business with Andernut. Andernut did some great stuff. And yeah, exactly. One O1B for help with RMTs. And yeah, Lord
Yes.
Andernut. That's right. We know Ian.
And then after that, it was not in. So they expired all the pledges. They started doing bundles for accounts. Then they decided to go free to play. It's after they went free to play that they started like trying to crack down and saying that, oh man, this is taking way too much support stuff out of our hands. And hey, we know what we're just going to step back from the real money transactions and say you can't do it on our webs, or you can do it in the forums, but only in this one forum.
Yeah, there were
Few
several
months,
changes. Yeah, because you
yeah,
were allowed to do it in a RMT form for a while before somebody decided not to do that, and that's about the time where we got heritage items where you couldn't trade them anymore because apparently somebody thought they were losing money because people would buy stuff and then when they didn't want it they could sell it. Ooh, you know.
you
If
know
I
what?
buy my phone and I don't want it anymore, it's my right to sell it. I don't have to pay you
Well,
in order to
and
resell my damn phone.
Laz, listen to this. If Portalarium was smart, they would have taken over shroudmarketplace.com and embedded it within their website and taken a commission off of every sell.
Y-
I mean, it's like
or they would have
you
started
turn
their own
around.
marketplace. But yeah, the smart
Yeah,
thing would have been to buy out shroudmarketplace.com and keep that money for themselves. Absolutely. You
yeah.
would think, you know. But you know what happened? Yeah, when they bought out uh yeah, Soda Map. You see what happened to Soda Map when they decided to buy out somebody who made something like that. So, I
Well,
think I
what they did was that was ego getting the best of them and not realizing the amount of man hours that
not
was placed
realizing that
into SodaMap.
the single player who was putting 1,000 hours a week into making those maps what they were was a long and arduous process. Absolutely, they just thought they
Yeah,
were going to buy something that was easily done and miraculously, be saviors of the map world, which was not the case. And to this day, we're
and
still arguing for those maps to be updated. But it is what it is.
hey man, 2 years later.
And then, do you have my topic out there? Did I give you that one?
Pornhub, that you can't Pornhub in VR and the inability to buy 100,000 items off of vendors.
Because after seeing the report of this vendor only has 250 of these, but he's got 100,000 of everything else, that's a bug. And of course, the real bug should be that you can't buy 100,000 goods off vendors because the max number is what is the magic number? 760, 700, yeah. 767. That's right. So I finally went ahead and, with the pretty pictures and charts, reported this. And I tagged Justin Anycondas and the Bug Brigade. But thank you, Sanyo, for picking this up immediately.
Oh, and what did he do?
He said, "Thanks for the
need to
report."
refresh it. Issue number 69, 200.
That's right. So of
So,
course,
is that mean that it wasn't a previously reported? No, wait, it should have been like 80, 90,000. Whatever.
Well, again, we were discussing this the other day, where when we saw the bug report for the vendor only has, and you'll notice here that this vendor also only has 250 blue rosebush seeds, while he's got 100,000 of everything else except buckets of water, which is 10,000. I think somebody just missed a zero when they were doing that there. But again, my bug now makes it so that the max stack is 32,767. Vendors should sell 32,767 so that you can just drag a whole stack and get it over there.
Yep.
So hopefully that will be something that's fixed now that it is an issue, and Go Sanyo for catching that before the people I tagged. Who have been well aware of it, but they kept telling me, "Well, you got to bug report it because we can't report it. We can only verify it." So,
which is absolutely silly. It's like you can't bug report something; you can only verify it.
yeah,
That's
well,
asinine.
that's apparently one of the rules that they have over there at Catnip is, or if they happen to bug report it, then they've got to get another one to, somebody else needs to verify it. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine that someone else has to verify it. It's like that's one where it's like okay, but yeah,
The bug brigade works for who? Yeah, thank you, Econdis. Oh, that's right. You all work for free, so it doesn't really matter. Didn't
all that
people at
volunteer time.
Origin Systems get in trouble for doing shit like that?
Yes, they did. Nice lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean,
I
no, people never learn.
didn't they used to actually talk about that on stream because you know what? Who was right there? Star, Richard, a
Oh
few
yeah,
other devs that worked on Ultima stuff that were all aware of what was going on.
half
Yeah.
the original staff. Yeah, really.
Well, it wasn't half. It was more like
Yeah, come on. How many people were in the office
four
back when they
people,
started? Yeah.
30.
I don't know if there were actually 30 once they started. I think we got up to 30 after we got some contractors in. But the original, if you remember looking at the original investors of the hierarchy of that chart, there were only like half a dozen of them. But anyway, yeah, we know who had shares, who had this, who had that, who had the other thing. What was that? Whenever that phone goes up, it's not good.
It's not me. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
that means I just spent money. Yes. Spent money automatically. Yeah, automatic payments.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the NBNN Daily Britannian getting paid for another month. That's what that was.
Woohoo.
Yes, which is they did something to the algorithms that really don't pull much news from where I tell it to anymore. I've been seriously thinking just dumping that because it really isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing, what it used to be doing, and I don't know. I just keep it so I can keep my title of King of all media of Shroud the Avatar. Is really the only reason why I keep it.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's right. Anyway, moving right along, we have some surprise announcements.
Oh.
You want to talk about trolls first, or you want to wait till we get to that one?
Hold on. Okay, let's go to the surprise announcements. Where are the surprise announcements? The QA testing directive?
QA testing directive. That's right. Did I actually finally
QA
drop that
test
in there?
directive.
Yes, I did.
A brand new QA test directive. We haven't seen a QA test directive in.
Some of you are gonna love this. Some of you are gonna hate it.
Hold on, I gotta check. When was the last QA test directive?
Good question.
Let's see. April 27th, 2021.
Before this,
Prior to that, it was March 30th.
You're not counting the syncs from live, right?
No, that is not a testing directive.
Yes.
But yes, another test directive. This time you need to log into the QA, and as part of the ongoing effort to update and improve the game's user interface, we have made some adjustments to the inventory window and are looking for players to assist in testing the changes. The tabs on the inventory window have now been replaced with a pull down menu that provides for a wide range of category filters, along with a new recently added option. After a dungeon crawl or harvesting run, the new options will make it easier to sell all the unneeded junk items at a merchant. Select the recently added option to limit the list to the new items in the inventory. Then sell or trade the offending items. Once complete, you can then click the reset button and go out for another run without the risk of selling any of the items you want to keep from the last adventure. Displayed in the screenshot below, the recently added option will show the items you have looted obtained during the current play session. This list is reset by either logging out or using the reset button. Okay. Ooh.
Yes.
Um,
Now we have a list here, which is all items, blueprint and dungeon, books and paper, consumable, decoration, house and deed, equipment, locked, material, music and instrument, pattern, reagent, recently added, recipe, and tool. What a tool! What a tool! I think that you
yes.
should probably be able to get locked because, well, I'm gonna see that that little cog is still up there where you can hide or show your locked items, or hide or show your tools. But most people hide all that stuff, yeah, or I'm sorry, is tools, and what was the other one you can hide or lock? Now I got to open my inventory. Quest items. I'm sorry, quest items. And quest items not listed there. Why not? Or am I missing it? Quest items should be a topic, right? Quest items?
Yeah. Well, this is where what the actual quest or QA directive is. We want to make sure that the categories are showing the intended items filter worked properly, and that the new recently added option shows item looted, harvested, skinned, as well as items obtained from merchants and vendors. That the reset button should appear only when the recently added option is selected, and all user interface windows that display inventory should now have this feature. And then followed up by Devil Cult. Worth mentioning that the recently added will be changed in the next patch with recently looted, which better matches the description of what it is. The reset button will also change the place, as I made the filter box larger, and will be at the bottom of the inventory in the middle and renamed Reset Recently Looted. There are a few more things that will change too: bank, NPC, merchant, public vendor, player vendor, subcontainer, plot container, and crafting user interface will also get the same replacement for the tabs. Some options should only show up in the main backpack and merchant, locked in quest. So, to me, doing this drop down list is actually going back in time as far as usability.
I'm gonna say that it's gonna screw up a bunch of people. I think I'm one of them, as well. If we're gonna change the merchants, yeah, uh, you know, I'm so used to going over here, and let's just run over to the merchant real quick. So what's now gonna happen is we're not gonna have all these items anymore under your merchant tab. So you're going to have the new tab with the drop down. So when I'm used to going over to consumables, I'm going to have to go over and use a pull down to get your consumables to come up. It's just going to be an interesting change. I'm not sure again until I actually see it in practice, and it took me forever just to patch over on the QA server for the last patch that I'm really not interested in going for another patch or another patch or another patch. So I'll just wait for it to go live.
Uh, Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of perplexed by this text for all the recently added. Why not use icons?
What do you mean?
Uh, how many games do you know where you've got the drop down with just a list of different categories?
A few, but again, I don't know many games that give you the option to filter like this either. So, uh, or have this many categories of items. I I'm sure I'm gonna guess you're alluding to the kind of games that have an inventory window where it just has an icon or something and a tooltip when you highlight it. Otherwise, you just drag it in between the two windows. Is that what you're alluding to?
Oh, Bridge Troll's like, don't do icons. It will take them longer to implement changes later. Don't do icons because that will require them to do a patch.
I mean, aren't there icons next to the garlic, the gold, the hemlock, all that stuff? I mean, aren't those icons there? They need
Uh,
variables. I mean, aren't those all icons? I mean, I don't know. Just saying.
yeah. Uh,
Don't
yep.
know. Don't know. But interestingly enough, let's go look at the feedback section and see what feedback we've got from said.
Oh man.
Because
Here's your
because it
feedback.
just makes sense, to put the feedback below the directive instead of making a whole new topic, right?
I
So we got to make a
yes.
whole new topic on a whole new forum for feedback instead of just putting it right underneath the question, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. While this works on my personal inventory and other crafting trunks that I have in my inventory, I use bags to differentiate what I carry. This allows
Indeed.
for easier sorting after adventuring.
I
Works
don't
as
know about that.
intended, and I think a new feature. Um, yeah.
Well, in Dorn's case, using bags to sort after adventuring. It would be nice, again, if you all just gave us the one thing we asked for and you wouldn't have had to do this whole thing, which is called a loot bag. Anything we loot goes into the loot bag, and then we can use that loot bag to see what came into creation. And then anything we want to keep, we drop into our main inventory. Anything we want to sell, we sell out of the loot bag. And when the loot bag's empty, we go back and start over. Probably would have been easier to program a loot bag than have to redo the whole freaking UI, but that's just my 2 cents.
Never. Never. What about fighting and for transcending powder for a bag of sending?
Ah, yes.
Straight to
I
your bank box, right? The
I I
mobile
I
bank.
I hated the transcending powder myself because what a bitch it was to do all that. Yes, is I would
I don't know what transcending powder is.
that's what you had to use in order to you had to go collect that in order to be able to send stuff directly to the bank.
From what game?
UO.
Oh, that was never implemented while I played.
Yeah, it was a later on implementation. Yeah, is you had to go out to this T2A Second Age, and you had to fight the Spider Queen to get the powders, and you had to collect so many of them, and yeah, it was a pain in the ass. It was interestingly enough to do it if that's all you had time to do. But you know what? A recall scroll to the
Hey
bank
man,
was just a lot quicker.
this was obviously well after
The
precasting was a
Beatles,
thing.
yeah, the Beatles had them also. Absolutely, I used to just go out
It
to,
obviously way after precasting
yeah,
was a real thing.
yeah.
And the tank mage was the Halley tank mage, then became the broadsword, or yeah, the broadsword tank mage.
You know,
Yeah.
one of my favorite things was a friend of mine, and this guy was a beast, and he had, I want to say, 100 uh, bags in his bank, and each one contained the same exact items in it because basically it was just a dupe of all of his equipment. So his base equipment and reagents. So anytime he got killed and lost his shit in a dungeon, he would
Just
teleport to
grab
the
a
bank,
bag.
grab a bag, and off he went. And sometimes he'd be standing at a bank and you'd see him come back like 20 times in 20 minutes. It's like, dude, he's like, I'm trying to get my shit back. I'm trying to get, but he had it down to such a science though that he would just come grab a bag and off he would go again to continue the fight. And I had to love him because it took a lot of planning in order to get those bags like that, and he usually came back with all his stuff. So
Yeah. And yes, that was way back in the days where PvP was essentially PKing
yeah.
people.
All right, let's go on. Ronaldo's got this to say.
This is a fantastic improvement. I have a couple of suggestions, or maybe they can be better classified as wish list items. Some of these you hinted at in your testing directive post. Number one, a filter option for quest items.
Quest items.
I know there is a show hide quest items option, but it may be easier to have a filter option that only shows the quest item. A checkbox to show all containers on the list, regardless of the filter sort. When the option
Like
is selected,
that
I would
one.
show
Like
all
that one.
containers which are in the
Everything that's
inventory.
inside those containers. Absolutely.
Yes. For example, I have a backpack that contains potions and food. It would be nice to filter consumable, but still see my container. Then I can open the container and see the consumables inside. In other words, once I set the search filter that I want, I can search through all my containers. I mean, that means that there would be like a folder hierarchy, like that thing that came out in Windows.
Well, I'm thinking of it like
95?
this. Let me go over here. I also use containers in the containers, as you'll see. I have,
Oh, yeah.
and I would love to see a true bag of holding, but I had to rename one of my bags a bag of holding just for giggles and grins. That's where I keep my reagents. I got one for deeds, vendors, homes, and basements. I've got a backpack of holding where I keep my pound of Lord British's flesh, so I don't ever lose it or get rid of it. Taming necklaces, and then stock for vendors and stuff. So I would think that if I'm looking for a ball bag, here you go.
Yeah.
If you're looking for potions, you would use the drop down menu for it, and then if you had said other containers, just that container would be listed there, and then it would drop down underneath the container, sort of like that hierarchy, but not quite. You know what I'm saying? It would just or it would just highlight the. I don't even know why you would need to see the bag in itself if all you're looking for is the items that are in the bag. Because again, the reason why I have a stock for vendors and stuff is this is all the stuff that I use to restock vendors when I'm out there, and that contains everything from bags, trunks, books, mounts, just a little of everything, recipes, you name it, patterns, scrolls. I just have a whole bunch of stuff that's in here. What is that? Oh, that's an NPC. You're not supposed to be in there. You're supposed to be in the other one. Yeah, find stuff that's not even supposed to be in there. Food item, taming necklaces. But again, if I'm looking for one thing like consumables, scrolls, food, I should just be able to, search that, and anything that's in any of the containers in inventory should show up. So I like that idea. And Lily looks like she's made herself comfortable. She's pinned Jack to his chair.
Yep.
But
So I got bored listening to your description of your inventory.
well, you get bored just being here half the time, but that's beside the point. And then, of course, his third option is maybe a filter for pets, taming necklaces and collars, and mounts, which again is what I was getting to because I have all those in my inventory at all times. So I think we need more filters that are usable for again, if you're gonna change it, you need to get everything covered. Now, are mounts going to be under another category? Are tame pets going to be under? Well, what are they going to be under? But we definitely need quest items. We definitely need things for like mounts and taming collars. All that. But overall,
I,
Rinaldi
I,
says,
I
"Well done."
I've got a great idea. A limit
But
of 125 items in your backpack.
no, that would be a rework for all containers.
I know that would suck so much.
Bridge Troll, that's what we're discussing here is will the filters work for all containers or just the main inventory? Apparently, at this point, it's just the main inventory, and that's what Rinaldi is pointing out, is that it would be nice to have a checkbox or an option to say, filter through all bags in said inventory. That's, but apparently nobody was paying attention to that because, nobody ever pays attention to anything I say. That's right.
Well, why should they? And and I want to know, why is it so difficult to find someone to clean my house?
Maybe you're not paying enough. Why? Because everybody's getting them free government checks. That's why. Nobody want to work.
Okay.
There you go. Ask your realtor. Yeah, well, I mean, why don't you just call up Merry Maids and hire them to come on in? They'll do a good job. Why?
I'm
Why?
trying to
Why?
employ a friend.
You know what? Apparently, none of your friends want the job. And I know you even posted a price out there, but again, call somebody up who's got employees willing to do it. Yeah. Molly Maid,
Yeah.
Mary Maid, whatever it is where you are regionally.
Well, the cool thing is that I've got this like uh door thing to where I can like define. Well, actually, I shouldn't show you all this. Like define users and do everything else to where I can set a temporary code for them to enter the
Absolutely.
the house. Yeah.
So you know when they entered the house and when they left the house.
Yep. I just need an internet connection for that portion to synchronize, but I
Yeah.
set up a temporary code.
Crossfire Bug's Eye, at this point, it's an empty shell. There is no couch. There is no furniture. It's just an empty house that needs to be cleaned before he moves in on Thursday. And again, this being
Yep.
Tuesday, I highly recommend he just call the maid service and have them come out tomorrow so he can move into a clean house on Thursday. But yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Move in cleaning. Da, 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 da.
Anyway, moving right along. Let's see. We got that one. Of course, Bridge Trolls Pet Fights has got PETA concerns out there as well.
Oh, a PETA concern?
Have you closed that one yet?
Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. Which one was that one started?
Question
What
about
was
pet
it called?
fights?
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked about that yesterday.
Yes, I know, but the topic has gotten, and again, I had to point out some interesting things. Of course, Duke Gregor says all pets in soda are the same with no different stats like in UO. Violet's corrected that taming spec and other taming innate would make one pet stronger over another, which we know. But if you were going to do this, the other thought was to have non-tamers take your pets and go ahead and do this. Queen Bee says, seriously, I'm notifying PETA, which Bridge Troll notoriously points out. Be sure to point out the butchery and cooking to PETA as well, because, hey, yeah. You know what my version of PETA stands for, right, Bridge Troll? I'm sure you probably know that one. It's people eating tasty animals. That's right.
I see. I interpret it as pain in the ass.
That's pizza, not PETA.
Yeah, and don't forget, PETA is responsible for killing more pets than most places.
I am a vegetarian. Cows eat grass. I eat cows, hence vegetarian, right?
Okay. Yeah.
He has two good ideas brewing. Well, do share. Are you going to be posting them in this forum topic for us?
An animal fighting property and a horse race property.
Interesting. I thought somebody had already set up a horse racing track here in game. Don't know. Waldo, hitting us up with 100 bits. Thank you, Waldo. Mechanical horses like in Vegas. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, no, I like the idea of actually, riding, horses with riders on them is now, maybe somebody's got some better horse riding skills. You would hire yourself a jockey to ride your horse type thing. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
But again, maybe a place where you could go into a pet fighting arena where the pets are, equally balanced. But then, are we going to leave it up to the RNG to figure out which pet wins if they both got 300 hit points? Whoever attacks first usually would be the winner because it would take so many and it would go back and forth. Do we take crits into account? I don't know how you would do that. Don't know how that would be done, truthfully.
Dog versus cat battles.
Yeah,
the smaller the cat, the more likely it is to kick the shit out of a big dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Chicken shit bingo. Like that one. Like that one. For that, we need frog racing. We need tortoise racing. All sorts of other interesting stuff. But you open up a little can of worms on this one there, Bridge Troll. Be interesting to follow this over the next few days. And of course, a reminder that tomorrow is our last day this week because someone's moving Thursday and Friday. He's moving into his new place.
I may have to actually take off tomorrow as well.
You better let us know now.
Because I have to get my water set up. And I have a call immediately at 1. I have one at 2:30, and I have one at 3.
You better take that laptop.
So 2:30 to 3:30, 3:30 to 4, and I have to. It's a 50-minute drive to where I currently where the new house is. And I have to get my water set up in person because.
What do you mean set up?
Like to turn on services in this county, it's like I have to do it through the county, and they're like, well, you can email us all of your information. Email, no security problems there. Um,
You
yeah,
called them
so
up,
it's like,
say, "Hey, this is my new address. Go turn the fucking water on. Bill me." I mean, you know,
yeah,
that's
I
how it
guess
works
they've had
everywhere
lots of
else.
problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I mean, what is the difference that you're going to be standing there for a guy to come flip a switch and put a padlock on it so that you can't mess with it?
Dude,
And you're
it's
not giving him
it's
any
the
money on the spot, right? You're handing
it,
the workman.
it's the H-shaped tool, man.
It's a
To,
fucking Allen
to
wrench for
dink.
crying out loud. I'm
But
sorry,
yeah,
not an Allen
it's
wrench.
a clusterfuck.
Whatchamacallit? Yeah.
No, well,
A, a
the
ratchet.
front or it's fucking stupid. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. There's a pair of vice grips. Go turn the fucking water on and tell them to start billing you.
Yeah, it's rebarb welded to rebarb. But yes, it's that time
Moving
for us
right
to talk
along.
about that NBNN Shroud of the Avatar Community Calendar, hosted on NBNN.info, where you too can look at an aggregated mess of all the Google public calendars related to Shroud that guy knows about. If you didn't know it or not, yesterday's Mavs allergies testing was something, but today's Taco Tuesday, so you
That's
need to tune
right.
in your ether amplifiers to Radio Free Britannia for lunch with Laz and Jack. At 7 p.m. on WRFB is the 70s at 7, and 10 p.m. on WRFB is the Weckard Room with Waz's Wad, where you cover some walk and wall history. And that's our community calendar for today.
That's right. And of course, don't forget, if you forgot what you're tuned into the best train wreck right here on the internet, which is Lunch with Laz and Jack, right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/Genesis, twitch.tv/NBNN News. Catching us in replays on YouTube, on Twitch, on WRFB Radio Free Britannia throughout the day, 12s and 6s around the clock, on demand in the other places for whenever you want to catch it. So you can catch us and catch up with the latest news.
Yep.
They wonder why the service industry is needed so bad. The people who do it have no use of it. Don't know about that, Serpent Wine. They all need to eat. They all need to get water and electric. Everybody needs all that stuff. But anyway, the Britannia Mining Company wants you to check out Black Rock Cove.
Just remember the reason for the oil and gas crisis on the East Coast was because their billing software.
Yeah, it's not
because
because
of
the
the pipeline
was shut down.
billing
Because
software.
they couldn't charge your ass for fucking gas. So instead of letting it go and estimating it and figuring it out later, they just shut down operations. And of course, as we discussed how traceable that Bitcoin is, the government went ahead and took back.
Public ledger. It's like, public ledger. Everybody can see where those transactions go.
Now, what really blew my mind before we finish up with the sponsors here was that they came across the password for the account that was holding this. They just happened to nonchalantly come across it. Did that come across in the billion password leak that was just recently put out there? A billion people, a billion passwords from sites all over the place was just put out there on the internet. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell everybody, if you haven't changed any of your passwords recently, you best get out there and do it, because you got somebody going to be coming to hack you sooner or later, probably more sooner than later. But I would suggest everybody get out there and change your passwords today if you haven't changed them recently. Make sure you turn on that two-factor authentication so that they can't just get in and change your password on you and lock you out of your accounts. Take that from somebody who recently got hacked and had to go do all that stuff, because I was like, yeah, it ain't never going to happen to me. Now I got everything locked down. You can't do nothing without two-factor, and unless you steal my phone, you ain't getting into shit, because it all comes through the phone. which means that's right. Come try and steal my phone, folks.
That's
yes.
easy. All you have to do is pick it up off the table and then just hold it up. You'll never get it back.
That's right. Asshole. Love you, man. But meanwhile, yes, the Britannian Mining Company wants you to check out Black Rock Cove, WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest news and entertainment 24/7. ShroudMusic.com for ABC files, and of course, ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable goods. But I know you've got to be getting out of here because you got a phone call in about 4 minutes or less, which means we should
talk about ShroudMarketplace.com, the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. Anything and everything, as long as it's not a bannable offense, can be bought or sold at ShroudMarketplace.com. You need to go to ShroudMarketplace.com, click on that register button, and you too can look at anything and everything, from accounts to game gold to Crowns of the Obsidian, all the way to
that's
services.
right, Bridge Troll. Buy a damn duck.
Buy Laz's duck so you can shut the fuck up about the duck. But anything and everything from accounts to game gold, Crowns of the Obsidian, as I said before, all the way to services, you do need to click on that register button to buy it. Yes, and Serpent Wine. Encore. Then after that, if you want to sell your stuff, you do need to click on vendor registration, and you can join one of 200 plus vendors who are selling anything and everything. Look at that. 25 Elven Brandy up for sale.
Elven Brandy.
Yeah. Anything and everything game related can be bought or sold. When I put teleport and recall scrolls up for sale, Laz is like, who the fuck's ever going to buy that? Then I called him while driving to say, guess what I just sold?
Guess what I just sold? And of course, at that point, then the scroll wars started, because not only did I add them, but several other, and the scroll price wars.
The best one was the person that had to buy them from us in game to fulfill the order.
That was the classic. So somebody went ahead and undercut both of us, sold a whole bunch, and then they had actually come out and buy off of our vendors so that they could fill their online orders, which of course we had to have a good laugh at. But boom, sold. And yes, if you haven't ever sold scrolls, it's an amazing feeling to see that somebody will actually buy scrolls off of you.
But
I sell ore all the time. That's right. So let's go ahead and close those giveaways out.
Oh shit! I forgot about that close giveaway.
Got to do that. I'm giving away a copy of Murderous Pursuits, $9.99 on Steam, to one lucky winner, and that's going to be Tessaractus. Tessaractus, congratulations! You are the winner.
I got to figure out where this game key is.
Meanwhile, we're going to get out of here for today. We'll be back tomorrow right here on NBNN. Till then, got to say thank you to Waldo for the 100 bits today. Got to say thanks to Faye Nouvelle for the follow.
Let's just say that Deblosic got himself a copy of Ukulele.
Ukulele, huh?
Ukulele. Holy shit, $39.99 on Steam right now.
Nice.
So congratulations. I am out of here because I got to go join this meeting. Y'all have fun.
That's right. Take it easy. And of course, we'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN. Okay, till then, of course, I'm Laz. That was Jack, and we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody, and we will see you all tomorrow.